Target down. Next up, Francesca.
I'm not here. Hitman World of Assassination is a collection of Hitman, Hitman 2, and Hitman 3, which are the 6th, 7th, and 8th game in the Hitman series. Yeah, no, they aren't reboots or reimaginings, they're just sequels to the 5th Hitman game, Absolution. That's almost as bad as Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, no, Hitman's worse. These games are some of the greatest games I've ever played. They're just really goddamn fun. They're also really, really stupid. These are some of the funniest games of all time, and I have no clue if it's intentional or not. Because while there's so much stupid stuff in these games that makes me think it's not intentional, like how there's just not much dumb stuff at all, and it can often be fairly brutal. It's not even comedically brutal, I just can't tell. There's a vast amount of comedic ways you can kill someone, it's actually crazy. Asterisk means you technically have to snap their neck afterwards, but it's still pretty stupid. You can kill people by using a fish, a meaty bone, through a hole in a panic room. Freaking idiot. Big fan!
Darwood Rangan is confirmed killed. No rest for the wicked, however. On to the next one.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. He just flew straight off the building.
Shooting them in the middle of public with nothing in it being completely fine as long as you don't get killed. Wow. Throwing a muffin at a man mid monologue.
Oh no!
Come on.
I need some help here. Please help me.
Get off! Wait.
Hey, I ain't fucking telling you again. Don't go around whacking people in the head like that, you hear? Okay.
Hey, I did it.
Darwood Rangan is
You ready?
confirmed
Light it
killed.
up.
Smoking near a very obviously leaking gas container.
Target down. Next up, Francesca DeSantis.
Slipping on a banana, but yeah, has to be an F hazard. But the thing is, it's literally the generic clown thing working. Kicking a toilet on someone and just shooting them on an operating table.
Over down. I'm not sure what to do.
It's not dead yet, no!
That's for another time. Yamazaki
Okay,
wins.
he's dead now. Pushing someone into shallow water and dumping them off a 1 meter fall, and there's probably more. So many of these feel like it shouldn't work, but they just do. My favorite are the fish in the muffin, because I like the idea of the last thing you sing in life being a fish corpse being swung towards your face, and it's just freaking funny. Then you've got all this, and then instead of a comedic bonk with the frying pan, it's just a rather underwhelming. Remember that being more underwhelming. There's definitely a lot more silly deaths that I haven't mentioned, but I haven't actually beat these games because I have way too much other stuff to do. This game also has a lot of very funny things you can do, and the game just doesn't care. Like, it shouldn't work, you shouldn't be able to get away with a lot of this stuff, but you just can, and it's so funny when you do it, and it works. You can just change disguises right behind a bush and sneak out of the other side while guards are still shooting at you. And they just don't care. And it's the funniest thing when you pull it off. You can also just straight up walk into some trespassed areas like bars without any worries as long as someone isn't closely keeping an eye on it. Try in real life. It'll go very well. For legal reasons, this is a joke. You can also just walk straight out of an area you're trespassing in when there's a guard standing watch and they just don't care, which is honestly the funniest thing, especially if you're wearing a clown suit or something ridiculous. You can also sometimes just hide in grass after being found and actively hunted and just vibe there, and the guards would just lose you, even though you have nowhere to actually go. Huh? Like, these guards have some of the dumbest AI, it's funny. They can't even spot you when you walk right through their line of sight, and they often go, wait a minute, after you've ran out of their sight. It's so weird. They also can't see through shower glass, which I was laughing so hard when it happened. The funny thing is, this actually makes the game better. This AI, despite being comical, actually works really well in this game setting and feels incredibly fair despite their lunacy. Another thing which is quite humorous that actually improves the game is all the dumb things you can do without losing Silent Assassin, which is essentially an achievement you get if you can get through an entire level without there being any suspicion of an assassination. Things that don't get rid of your Silent Assassin includes shooting a propane tank so it explodes even after you threw the propane tank directly at the target's feet. It was just an accident. You can also just go straight up and shoot people and guards and you're still considered silent if you don't kill them. In fact, the guards go into a panic mode, which makes you able to run right by them if you don't have a weapon out. What? Like, they wouldn't be more aware of you and be more jumpy and shoot anything they don't recognize if they're in a panic mode? Other silly things that make it count as Silent Assassin is shooting targets multiple times as long as you don't kill them. Yup, clearly just an assassination attempt, but it's still considered undetected. You can also just flash bomb the target, and that's fine. All this is so weird, but it makes the game better. It makes it so there's more options to kill your targets in this incredibly option-filled game. It makes Silent Assassin feel more fun and more fair, and just the entire game. It might make it easier, but all of these really help you feel like this is your game and your story. Hitman is brilliant in this way. The main thing about all this comedy is that I can't tell if it's intentional or not. The story is very serious, and when the cutscenes are specifically cutscenes, there is no ounce of comedy in them, and they look real as hell. It's actually insane. I would have believed you if you told me this car scene was real. It's that good. I'm also incredibly stupid, so I think I'm just stupid. The characters, unless they're like this one person in Hawke's Bay, who I hate, aren't really goofy at all. The art style's realistic, which is generally not what you want for a goofy game. I guess you do because of the juxtaposition. Oh wait, that point's invalid now. Shoot! However though, yes, I am passing English. How did you know? They have a clown costume and a cowboy costume, which are treated as if you're wearing a normal suit, so you're considered unsuspicious at a protest. Awesome. You have all this stuff I mentioned before, and they even left in a bug where a target drowns themselves.
John's dead.
Well done.
Oh!
Now get off the property. No way to get
I
past them
completely
unnoticed.
missed that.
I suggest you cause a distraction, 47. And maybe
Whoops. You have all this stuff I mentioned before, so I don't know if it's intentionally this goofy or not, but it's still comedy gold. I actually don't think I like Chowder, so I don't know why I'm making this reference.